Beaten by Hawthorn by their biggest ever margin and had to front up to a side that they hadn't tossed since the 20th round of the 1980 season. For the Bombers, a run of 8 wins in succession. On paper at least today, Carlton looked a chance. Their side was close to full strength, while missing for the Bombers were Neagle, Weston and Clark, to name just 3. Hawthorn and Fitzroy had recorded wins at Windy Hill this year. Could the Blues do likewise and consolidate their place in the 5? We pick up play tonight at the 23-minute mark of the opening quarter, and with me in the commentary box is Lou Richards.
It'll be Justin Madden against Salmon. Both about 6'9". Knocked out by Justin Madden. There we see Banfield grab, couldn't get through the pack. Another scrimmage. Finally it comes out now to Elshaw. That's a high kick back towards the goals. Coming out to meet it now is Glasgow. Didn't go in that time and missed the ball, and finally it's thrown out now again. Marlin was grabbed as he tries to get clear. That'll be a ball up for sure. Well tackled that time by Banfield. Ball up in the forward pocket position for Essendon. They trail by a goal. Only about 30 metres out from their goal position. Oh, free kick to Salmon. Got one over his shoulder against big Justin Madden. So the big full forward's got a chance of kicking goal number 2. And he's sitting on top of the league goal-kicking list at the moment with 44 goals. Well, knowledge of information here as the ball is ready to be fired at the goals. I think I've got Paul, our statistician, sitting next to me. The kick now by Salmon. There's the kick on its way. Now that's a beautiful goal. So scores are dead level. There's no doubt about the big fella. Very rarely misses them. 2 goals, 5-17 apiece.
So 1 mark and 1 free kick to Paul Salmon, resulting in 2 goals. Not a bad effort. You can see the height difference there. Him over Jeff Southby. And Southby, of course, they're in great form at the moment. He was one of Carlton's best players in their record loss to Hawthorn last week. Certainly put in well and having a great season so far, Jeff. We're approaching the time-on period now, and scores dead level. 17 points each of 2. Bahajar from the circle, wide towards half-forward. Vanderhaar and Gould.
Well, shifted Vanderhaar to centre-half forward. Merritt's got a centre-half back, I think. Yes, down to the back line.
Gould was playing on Danaher earlier. Vanderhaar will certainly get the distance. A towering punt kick off target. 1 behind. So that is the lead enjoyed by Essendon at the moment. 1 point, 2-6 to 2-5.
Well, actually, what Merritt's doing, he's picking up the resting ruckman. I just can't work those guys out positions at the moment, Pete.
It's like a game of chess, isn't it? Well, there's Dool again. Now, this time he is on Danaher. And that could be a 15-metre penalty, too, against Terry Danaher. Dool will certainly take it. Dool up towards almost right centre wing. In fact, almost kicked umpire Peter Cameron's head off. Knocked away by Walsh. Johnston could have got into the back of Baker. Folds. Giving chase out at Blackwell to Johnston. Well caught. Could have almost dropped it. Snapshot with the left foot by the Dominator. Looks good. Goal! And Johnston puts through his first. Carlton in the front. 3-5, 23 to 2-6, 18.
Now that was bad play on the part of the Essendon players there, because they grabbed Johnson and they all stopped because they thought it was dropping the ball.
Looking for a free kick.
That's right. Now we got a clear break away from you. Never stop. You don't worry about the umpire. You go after them.
26 minutes gone in the quarter. Honeybun in ruck against Madden. It's 23 to 18 at Windy Hill. Knocked down by Honeybun again. Roving it well as Meldrum. High punt kick towards full forward. Ralph can't take that one. Blackwell a shot at goal and through. Carlton doing well in time on. Scoreboard at Windy Hill on 7's big lead. Carlton 4-5, 29. Essendon 2-6, 18.
Good play on the part of the Carlton full forward that time, Ralph. He couldn't mark the ball, so he'll tap it out now to Blackwell. You watch that. And Blackwell anticipating well that time and put it through for a goal.
So Carlton, as I said, doing a lot of good work in the time-on period. 2 quick goals. They came in the space of 1 minute, and the Blues enjoying the lead.
Carlton in front by 11 points into this quarter by 27 minutes. That's Madden getting the knockout. It's a long one. Oh, Big Perovic overran the ball. A push in the back that time to Montgomery. And Montgomery takes the free kick for Carlton at centre-half back. Carlton looking all right. They've been into attack for most of this quarter. The ball tapped to the ground again.
Oh.
There's Jimmy Buckley coming out to meet it. Picked up by Baker. He's been a pretty good play, but the umpires found a free kick. it'll go to Buckley. Buckley on that centre wing position. This is his 8th kick for the quarter, so he's been a pretty dominating player in the centre. McClure flew high, couldn't hold the mark. It hits the deck. Meldrum comes in to try and pick it up. Ralph couldn't. Now Meldrum's got it. This could be a goal. I think he's put it through. He has. Yes, a goal. A beauty by Meldrum.
3 goals in time on the Carlton.
So the score, Carlton 5-5-35. Looking good against the Bombers, 2-6-18.
$250 in cash could be yours next on Sevens Big League. Right now, till June 30, Nissan dealers are on the ball with bigger deals on all commercial vehicles. And factory incentives have set the ball rolling for dealers to offer big dollar discounts. Buy before the end of this financial year and roll out with incredible deals on Urbans, 720 series, Patrols, all Nissan commercials. Your Nissan dealer is on the ball with a better commercial deal today. So call in. You'll have a ball with the savings.
It's not just a better-looking picture. Deluxe series are better-looking sets. See?
Sunday Press has a report from London on the girl who has spilt the beans. Buckingham Palace has endured many shocks from the wild, womanizing ways of Prince Andrew, but the latest scandal has been almost too much to bear. In sport, Neil Roberts gives his opinion of Collingwood, football's biggest draw card. Are they pretenders again, or are they worthy of a premiership? Plus the best analysis of this week's games. Sunday Press, out tomorrow.
Those special moments when we are together, made so special with Arnott's chocolate biscuits.
It's Arnott's chocolate biscuit time again. Arnott's Chocolate Royals, fluffy marshmallow covered in the finest light or dark chocolate. TV snacks, crisp and bite-sized, coated in the finest chocolate.
Those special moments when we are together.
Arnott's chocolate biscuits.
Sunday afternoon, join us live from the SCG when Sydney Swans come up against Geelong. Almost halfway through the VFL season, it's a crucial game for the Swans. Will the Cats be one of the few able to defeat the Swans on their home ground? The Big League, 2:05 Sunday.
Be there. Time for our TAB footy bet competition now. If you've taken out a ticket at the TAB, it doesn't have to be a winning one. Look at the ticket itself. On the top right-hand corner, you'll see a time. If it's 11:20, then get on the phone quickly and telephone 268 2266. 268 2266, and the first 2 viewers through on that line with their time on their TAB ticket, the footy bet ticket, will be richer by $250 with the compliments of NEC. The winner's announced a little bit later on, but right now, let's go back to Windy Hill and we pick up the play this time at the start of the second quarter.
From Windy Hill, it's 17 points the difference as we go into the second quarter. Umpire Peter Cameron to bounce the ball. 35 plays 18 in favour of the Blues. Danaher overruns the ball, today playing game number 150, picked up by Hunter. Hunter towards left half forward, Cari. Oh, some good soccer tactics there. Bahaja, one of Essendon's better players in the first quarter. Out it comes to Elshaw. Johnston flies, but he's not tall enough to beat Madden. Big Simon gets a 15-metre penalty.
Well, that'll suit Carlton because it'll give them a chance now to get down there and pick up Honeybuns going down there to help Southby with Ralph. See the 2 of them on him down there as they go for the big kick, Pete.
Elshaw's kick doesn't get the distance he would have desired. It's a real... No, he's played a mark. Hunter onto Southby. Short kick around the flank. Meldrum. Cari goes down. Picked up by Watson, only kick number 2. Watson to Vanderhaar, beautiful delivery. Malin gives away a stupid 15-metre penalty.
Well, it was, Pete, because he hardly touched him. There was a silly free kick by Malin. It's given Vanderhaar a chance to score a goal here now.
There was no sense in that at all. He had the mark. Vanderhaar puts it through for full points. Well, Phil Malin, I dare say the runner will be coming out to have a few words to him from the coach. 3-6 to 5-5 on Sevens Big League from Windy Hill.
I don't think it means a thing, the coach coming out. Malin would know that he's done the wrong thing. You watch, it's only a timid buff. Look, probably wouldn't knock a basketball player over.
Silk, it shouldn't have happened, Lou. It made the difference between Van der Haar getting a certain goal and one that maybe just would have got the distance. 11 points the difference at the 2-minute mark of the second quarter.
And it's Baker driving it down there to Danaher, over to Bahaja. He's on his own down there. Oh, ducks his head. Montgomery grabs him, and the umpire said it'll be hold the ball. A good decision by the umpire. Short pass, and Ashman's got the mark out there at half-back for Carlton. 11 points the difference in favour of Carlton. There's Watson, missed that one, and that's his tag with the ball now, Austin. I think Watson's had 2 touches up to this stage of the match. There's Malin now trying to make amends for that mistake. Looking there for Ralph. Ralph grabs the ball, gets away from Duckworth. Beautiful play, and a shot at goal, but he's off target and through for 1 point. By golly, that was nice play on the part of Ralph that time.
He turned on a threepenny bit, didn't he?
The 2 number 22s, but Ralph looking pretty good at the moment. He's already kicked 1 goal. Could have easily had 3 on the board. Ball back into play again. They all got under that one. Umpire will ball this up for sure on that half-back line for Essendon. 12 points the difference in favour of Carlton. Into this quarter, just over the 3-minute mark. Knocked out by Madden. He's getting a better go now over to Fowles. That was a beautiful knockout. Fowles' kick is a long one down there looking for Bahaja. It's not a good one. Picked up by Hawker. Kicks have been scarce for him so far. And a beautiful pass, and Salmon got away from South Beach. And the big full forward Sockey's got a chance to kick goal number 3 from about 40 metres out, directly in front. Now you watch the style of this fellow. He's a bit like Peter Hudson used to be in the old days. Well crouched down with his head right over the ball. Now he won't take his eyes off the ball once he sights them up. There's the kick on its way. There's no worries about that one. It's another goal to Salmon and Essendon. 3 goals to Salmon. And it's Essendon 4 goals, 6:30 to Carlton 5, 6:36.
Yes, good goal by Paul Salmon. As Lou said, he takes plenty of time in aiming them. A Peter Hudson. Well, why not follow the champs? Great goal by the Fish. 6'11" of him. 6 points the difference now at Windy Hill in our match of the day. 4-6 plays 5-6. Honeybun has done some useful work in the ruck. We did a lot of that in the first quarter. Madden doing well so far in the second. That's a line ball. Finally won by Madden. Oh. Dool lost his headband. Out to Glascott. Glascott's kick up to half forward. McClure flies with Melbourne. Down it comes to Buckley. Free kick. Another one going to Essendon. He's at centre half back, Walsh. Out towards right centre wing. Danaher, Donnell, tackled by Dool. He's found the headband again. Ashman. Hurried hand pass to Hunter. Must be very slippery over there.
Oh, Ashman's down. He got one on the head. Not too good at the moment.
Despite the fact that he has got the head guard on. So Hunter takes the free kick. He's gone for a pass. Oh, that could be in the back to Austin.
Well, that's a sign of frustration on the part of Watson. He's been well tagged by Austin.
And I think Watson's only got 2 kicks so far in the match. Curly Austin, great defender. Madden has it knocked away from him. Johnston overruns the ball. Essendon play a grab when not in possession, but the free kick has already been paid Essendon's way. It'll go to Duckworth. Duckworth at right half-back flank gets a 15-metre penalty. The Folds it is now. In towards centre field. Dool in front. Danaher behind. Dool takes the mark. A flying doormat. Maybe his last year at Carlton. Knocked away from Ralph. Buckley, well shepherded. Buckley's left footer, close but not close enough. In fact, it rolls out of bounds. And so a boundary throw-in will take place at the 6-minute mark. Right forward pocket, 6 points the difference.
6 points the difference into this quarter, the second. And it's out of bounds in that forward pocket position for Carl.
Ashman coming off, Lou.
Knocked out by Madden, pushed away again by Fowles, picked up now by Bahaja. Oh, that's a shocking kick. He ran back into trouble. Then Marlon fumbles, but gets a beautiful hand pass coming over to Oscar, but he's thrown it. And there'll be a free kick. Oh, Ashman coming off the ground. That's bad luck. And Robertson take his place. Well, Ashman's been plagued with injury this year. Great play and a sad loss to Carlton for the day's match. There's a pass. It's a shocker. But there's a go now for Banfield. A hand pass to Bahaja was too strong, but the umpires found a free kick to Banfield. He got one in the back. fella looks a likely colt too. He's had about 5 touches up to this stage of the match. There's a hand pass over to Cari, a long kick out there looking for Salmon. Salmon and Durley. No, it's Danaher. Sorry about that, but the referee thought he was looking for Salmon. But it's Danaher with the mark. And this is going to be the big problem for the Blues today, watching these two guys, because this fella can mark like nobody's business too. Playing game 150 today, Terry Danaher from about 50 metres out. There's the kick. It's a long one. But the Bomber skippers up target and through for 1 point. So at the 7.5-minute mark, it's 4-7-31. Essendon to Carlton 5-6-36. Ball back into play by Southby, out to half back. Danaher couldn't hold that one. Back it goes to Vanderhaar between his legs. It's Cari spinning out of the pack. There's a lucky kick coming out now to Elshaw. It bounces right. He has a snap at goal. He may be oh, there's Salmon. Marked it. How about that for a mark?
Free kick downfield.
Oh, I'd still play the mark. I wouldn't know about the free kick. What a mark that was by Salmon. Oh, Southby was hanging on like grim death there. There's no doubt about this fella when he's flying. He certainly captures the imagination of the public here, Pete, doesn't he?
We'll put it down as a mark anyway, Lou, but it was a free kick
downfield. It was down the
downfield.
field, you're right.
It would have gone to the same player in any case, so it matters little, except to the statisticians. Salmon from 11 metres out puts through his 4th goal. And the scoreboard, 7 big lead, 5-7 to 5-6. The Bombers lead by a point.
Now what's got to happen here now? They've got to get rid of Southby away from Salmon. See how long they take to make that move, because he'll slaughter him before the day's out.
Well, the Fish certainly very much in control at the moment. Here it is again. Now watch the free kick. There. And here's the mark. Great grab, wasn't it?
Kelly.
Against Montgomery, that free kick downfield. But as I said, of academic interest only, because the Fish have taken the mark. 4 goals to him. And Salmon certainly the best forward on the ground at the moment insofar as results concerned. He's got 4 goals and playing a great game in front of the big sticks. 1 point the difference in favour of the Bombers. 37 plays 36. A thumping punch away by Madden. Dool tries to intercept it. Picked up by Donnell. Donnell down to full forward. Vanderhaar! 5 marks to the Flying Dutchman. And Vanderhaar has kicked 1 goal so far. That also resulted from a mark.
The big change has come over this game to Simon Madd dominating the ruck at the centre bounces, Pete. He hardly got a touch the first quarter.
Yes, Honeybun played very well then, didn't he? Vanderhaar shot at goal, curls around, looks okay. 2 goals to Paul Vanderhaar. Then Essendon looking the goods now, whereas Carlton did in the closing stages of the first quarter. It's 6-7-43 to 5-6-36.
We've seen a whole lot of champions in Australia on Rank Arena, Australia's favourite colour TV.
John Bertrand knows that to be a champion, you need hard work and the right sort of backup. It's a mix of teamwork and top technology.
Rank Arena are champions because for years they've had the experience and technology of NEC behind them. And now you'll find the NEC name right up there with Rank Arena, with new ideas like the high-resolution picture tube for superior contrast and colour. You know Rank Arena. Now get to know NEC.
It's another way to say our favourite colour TV.
Arnott's Salada biscuits are very versatile.
Salada in the morning, salada in the evening, salada at supper time. You can enjoy salada just about any time.
Crisp, light Arnott's Salada. Man size, snack size, bite size.
You can enjoy salada just about any time.
Arnott's Salada or Salada with wholemeal are so versatile.
Be what you like, go where you like. Jump into your zippy cold hatch by Mitsubishi. Take who you like, carry what you like, fit what you like in your zippy cold hatch. Never been a car so easy to drive, never been an engine so alive, so alive. Be what you like, go where you like, zip there in your zippy cold hatch. It's another Mitsubishi.
Only nature makes sucrose. We simply purify, clarify, and crystallize the juice from sugarcane and call it sugar. Pure sucrose with nothing added. There are no preservatives because sugar is a natural preservative. Sugar, a part of life.
Earlier this month, we saw the Big V narrowly defeat South Australia. Tuesday night, Ron Barassi's Melbourne comes up against Sturt, a mighty team from Adelaide. Is victory still on Victoria's side? Cheer the Demons on in their quest for the Sterling Cup. Live from Football Park, Adelaide, 8:30 Tuesday night.
Still in the second quarter, and we're at the 16.5-minute mark of the term.
Kick down over centre half forward, the black fly. No one can take the mark. Throws a free kick to Carlton. It'll go to Montgomery, and Montgomery to take that free kick at centre half back. Both sides making mistakes at the moment. Big Madden's got that'll be a free kick as well too. So Justin Madden not doing a bad job. Sends the ball back into attack again. Ralph's got it.
How did he get that?
Well, he balked Duckworth and, of course, stopped him in his run. And there's a chance now for Ralph to kick goal number 2 from about 45 metres out. There it is. See him balk him.
To give him a chance getting that. It was unbelievable.
Here we go now for Ralph's second goal from about 45 metres out directly in front. There's the kick well on its way. And that's a pretty good kick. And that'll be a goal, I'd reckon. Yes, a goal. So Carlton bouncing back again. 6 goals, 8:44 Essendon to Carlton 6:42. Just on the 18-minute mark, 2 points the difference in favour of the Bombers.
2 goals to Warren Ralph. Both of those have come from marks. He's kicked 2-3, has 2-1. And 1 out of bounds so far. Madden's kick high, and an amazing mark that. 4 marks to Warren Ralph, and that was certainly the best of them. 2 points the difference in favour of Essendon. 44 plays 42. Down to half forward again for Carlton. Picked up by Robertson now at centre half forward. A long shot by the interchange player, and that's a goal. Carlton in the lead again. Great hand pass there by Blackwell. 44-48, and Robertson made no mistake. I think I'm correct in saying that's his first kick for the day. Certainly he won't kick them any better than that. Let's look at that again, Lou.
Good hand pass coming from Blackwell. He's played fairly well too, Blackwell, today. Of course, a pretty handy goal. It's regained the lead for Carlton.
Carlton lead now by 4 points, 48-44 at Windy Hill. A great game of football here. We expected it. Thumped away by Madden. Down to Carlton centre half forward position again, but Danela's there. Snaps it back towards Mayo on point of the square. He could goal from there. Runs in. A long shot at goal is through. And a little bit of a dish up in the goal square between Honeybutt and Duckworth just to add some interest. But the end result is a goal. So 2 goals kicked in 30 seconds by Carlton. And the Blues now 54-44, a 10-point lead at Windy Hill.
Westpac announces the world's first national electronic banking system. A vast network of electronic terminals and bank branches that gives you the choice to do your banking where and when you want to. A system that is soon to be installed into over 1,000 service stations and supermarkets. All you need is just one card. The card is the bank, and the bank is Westpac.
They're new, double insulated, inexpensive, and there's an entire range. So don't settle for less than the latest from AEG.
Footy fans, new for 1984, VFL Pictorial magazines. All you want on the 84 season. A wealth of information, team photographs, club history, coach and player details, top 6 players profile, club quiz, plus hints by champions. And it's only $3.95. You heard, only $3.95, and it opens out. For everything in your favourite footy team, VFL Pictorial magazines, 1 for each team. Newsagents, major retailers, and footy grounds.
You'll be there when Olympic history is made. It's your chance to attend the 84 Olympics as the guest of Maxwell's The Price Trippers. Buy any item over $100, like this top brand VHS video, save $200. Or this 20-inch color TV at $399, and you could win a trip for 2 to the LA Olympics. See Las Vegas, San Francisco, Honolulu. All accommodation paid, plus tickets to the games. Go free to the LA Olympics with Maxwell's. Be one of the 20 lucky winners. Enter now.
Sunday, strange companions Archie, David and Ichabod on a 200-mile trek out of the wilderness.
You're walking out, son, alone.
No way.
The exciting conclusion, Strange Companions, Sunday 6:30 on the wonderful world of Disney.
Still in the second quarter, 10 points the difference, 23 minutes gone.
Out in the full, Watson goes for a short kick. It'll be okay, marked here by Elshaw. Elshaw's kick is over there towards Salmon. He flies, got under that one. Plenty of Carlton play. There's a chance for Danaher. He's put it through. I think a goal. Yes, a goal. Goal number 1 to Danaher. And it's only 4 points the difference now. 7 goals, 850 Essendon to Carlton, 8,654.
Bahaja off the ground and Eustace on for Essendon. And young Thompson warming up on the boundary line as well. So maybe Sheedy's going to swing a double change as Danaher puts through his first goal for the day and a badly needed one for the Bombers to bring them to within 4 points. 43 Banfield off, so the double change is affected, and coming on is, as I suggested, Thompson. Now we've lost the ball, have we? Well, there it is. Goal kickers so far, gives us a chance to run through them. For Essendon, Salmon has 4, 1 to Danaher, 2 to Van der Haar, and for Carlton, 2 to Ralph and singles to Johnston, Blackwell, MICHELIN, Meldrum, Robertson and Justin Madden. It was 17 points in favour of Carlton at quarter time, and the difference at the moment 54-50 in favour of the Blues after Essendon held a good lead early on. 4 points the difference. Sevens big league from Windy Hill at our match of the day. We're 1 minute away from time on. The two brothers do battle again, won by Justin Madden. Essendon looking for a free kick, and Timmy Watson will get it just short of centre field. And the kick number 4 to Watson today. Watson out towards left half forward. Van der Haar knocked away at the last minute by MICHELIN. Madden from MICHELIN. Finally Van der Haar, well caught by Meldrum. Watson from the point of the square, a little chip shot straight into the arms of Bruce Dool, who'll get the mark and or free kick. And a 15-metre penalty against the Essendon captain. Dool from centre half back, doesn't take the 15 metres, looks for Madden, chipping in beautifully Elshaw. Wasn't a good pass though. Elshaw, long kick. Southby. He'll get the mark and or free kick. Gives it to English. In the square, almost pinned by Eustace. Bounce favours Danaher. Lobs it high for Van der Haar. Knocked away by Baker. Down goes Salmon. Umpire Kevin Smith has decided on the bounce about 30 metres out from goal. 54-50, and we're just 15 seconds into time on. Been a crackerjack game so far. Won by Salmon. Down to Buckley. Threads his way through the pack. Back towards centre field. Knocked away from Walsh. Donnell caught beautifully. Play on is the call. Picked up by Hunter. Hunter was short left footer out towards the left half forward flank. Robertson beautifully done. He's kicked 1 goal already. Gets a favourable bounce. A long shot in towards the goal. It could bounce. No, touch through right on the line. 1 point. And in time on, Sevens big league, 5 points the difference, sees Carlton in the lead.
Just on the 26-minute mark, that was good play on the part of Bradbury that time. As they go now for Fowles to drive it well out there. Oh, that's nearly a mark to Justin Madden, but the umpire didn't play it. Scooting through the pack nice at that time was Donnell. A long hand pass coming out to Elshaw. Elshaw's kick is over the half forward line, but there's an easy mark taken there by Perovic. So it's 5 points the difference in favour of the Blues. A very even game indeed. Oh, they all missed that. It could be a free kick. It'll go against Justin Madden. Not too happy about it. It'll go to Cari for interference. Doesn't waste any time. He's going back now. He's going to scoot around while the umpire was arguing, while Madden was arguing with the umpire. He's out there on the centre wing position. The ball booted up there towards Justin Madden. Perovic at the back. Van der Haar comes over the top. A hurried kick by Baker. English comes in. Can't pick it up. He's got it now, but he runs into trouble. A hand pass out. Salmon down. There's a go for Wood, but he's tackled. Finally, it goes back now to Eustace. A shot at goal. Coming at the back that time is Orca, but English is too strong and takes a very safe mark in defence. A hand pass to Southby could be dangerous, but it bounces okay for the Carlton full-back. Goes for a short pass, but it's a bad one, and a mark here to foul. So the Bombers ready to go back into attack again as they trail by 5 points. The ball over the half-forward line. Oh, there's Salmon over the top of the pack. Meldrum with a hand pass coming out to Mail and back to English. Over it goes to Glasgow down there in the back pocket position. Gets it out towards the wing, and nearly a mark to Donnell, but Hunter won't give up. He finally gets the ball out to Robertson, and Johnson, who's been pretty quiet so far, sends the ball down there to McConville. Couldn't hold the mark. Down goal, then nearly a free kick to Warren Ralph, but it's finally pushed out by Duckworth over there to Cari, and the Bombers get the ball away from the dangers. Oh, that's a bad hand pass. Down goes Hunter as the ball is kicked on by Cari again. A bit of fancy dancing as the ball finally comes out to Duckworth. A long kick up there looking for Salmon. Salmon getting to position. Got it. He's got it. He's got it. And how they ever moved him out of this position to put him in the ruck, I don't know. It is amazing when you come to think of it. He's kicked 4 goals, Peter.
Yes, and it's not even half-time yet.
Oh, he gave Southby a bit of a nudge, but that gave him a better position. Justin Madden coming off the ground. Used to play here at Essendon, giving him a bit of a go here, the crowd too. Going for goal number 5, Paul Salmon. There's the kick.
Goal umpire doesn't know
about that one. That's a goal. So the Bombers have hit the front. It's Essendon. 8 goals, 8.56 to Carlton. 8 goals, 7.55.
Now National, make video easier than ever. See how uncomplicated home video can be?
I got a mate. I got a mate. Call Mazda. Real tough mate I go to work with. Real tough mate who works real hard. Real tough mate I gotta rely on. I got a mate. Call Mazda. This new E-Series is a real beauty. The whole range is hard and tough and efficient like all the Mazdas when it comes to business, but downright pampering when it comes to basics. Can't do nothing without a mate, and I got a mate. Call Mazda.
For a long time, people thought this country didn't have too much to offer, mainly because they didn't know where to look. Get to know your way around, and you find there are many different resources just waiting. But to get to them, you have to show a little resourcefulness yourself. By developing many of Australia's vital sources of energy, BP is doing just that. Results will take time, but the rewards could be great for Australia. BP Australia, the quiet achiever.
Book your P&O holiday cruise now.
Sunday, 7:30 in Kingswood Country. Be there. You're invited to Ted Bullpits for a barbie. At 8, we carry on laughing with Sid James and the outrageous Carry On Gang. Sunday nights on 7, Kingswood Country, then Carry On Laughing.
It was only 1 point into it at half-time, but let's go to the third quarter now, 7 minutes in.
Came a bit late on the scene, and of course the Essendon crowd not too happy about it. Fitz, short pass. But when you're going flat out, there's nearly interference. That'll be a free kick now to Fowles.
That was silly, that.
Well, there's nothing much that McClure could have done about it. When you're going flat out, you don't pull up, Pete, you just go at it. We see that Buckley may have hurt himself. We've got a chance now for the Bombers to hit the front. Buckley still limping. Might have winded. I don't know if it's his leg or hammy, is it? It looks as though it could be a hamstring. There's the kick coming up now, and that's a goal by Fowles. Goal number 1, and the Bombers have hit the front. They're 9 goals, 8.62 to Carlton, 8 goals, 8.55.
Jimmy Buckley being carried from the ground. That's bad luck for Carlton. He's still in great form today, so they've lost 2 of their prime movers. Rod Ashman with a head injury, and Jimmy Buckley, it would appear, with a hamstring or something similar, maybe a knee or whatever, but the trainer's taking no chances, and Buckley obviously in a lot of pain as he leaves Windy Hill.
7 points the difference. Ball knocked out by Honeybun, but he fumbles. Hawker goes over the top of the pack, and the umpire will ball it up. We're just over the 8-minute mark of this third quarter. Buckley going off the ground. That's bad luck. They've lost their 2-star small men. Honeybun again. Ball punched back by Watson, back there towards centre-half forward. Oh, Bahajar was grabbed, goes after it again, gets a hand pass out back to Hawker. Hawker's in a bit of trouble. A hand pass coming over to Simon Madden. A long kick up there towards the goals. But it beats them all. Nearly bounced through for a goal, but it's through for a point to make the difference. 8 points in front of Essendon.
Wouldn't be surprised if
7 points. I think that must be the wrong score up. What have I got?
63 to 56 it is.
Oh, it's 7 points.
Ball back into play now to centre wing. Yes, good mark to Merritt. Essendon have everything in their favour at the moment. Carlton with both interchange players on. Madden, Bahajar's hand pass into the open spaces. McConville gets there first. In trouble, tries to find English, couldn't. Dool backs him up, in goes Salmon. And the ball up will take place. Bounce down about 25 metres out from the Essendon goal, and Essendon really looking the goods at the moment as Harger limps off the ground. The attrition rate is high. Honeybun knocked away by Vanderhaar. English to Glasgow. The balk around Banfield. He was legged. And he'll take the free kick for that offence. Glasgow at left half back. Up to Robertson, can't take the mark, got underneath it. Picked up by Gary Foles. That is a mile in the air. Montgomery can't take the mark. Down goes Hawker. Haven't seen much of him today. Holding the ball. No attempt to get rid of it. And I must admit I'm in favour of free kicks like that, Lou, because too many players these days dive on the ball and expect the ball up. Only 5 kicks to Hawker.
Johnson.
I don't think Hawker's had any more, has he? Elshaw at right centre wing. Salmon! And the Essendon crowd delirious.
Golly, he's good when it's delivered properly when he's in front. They've got no hope of getting over the top of him, Pete, have they?
Usually a 1 grab 2 at the mark. Paul Salmon already with 5 goals to his credit. And taking plenty of time as usual. He's only about 20 metres out from goal. The angle is very slight. Nothing to worry about there. 3.5 yards between each post. 6 goals to Paul Salmon. And as I said before, I wouldn't be surprised if Essendon went right on with it this quarter. 10-9-69 to 8-8-56.
It'll be interesting to see whether their coach puts him in the ruck now.
And we're still in the third quarter, and we pick up play this time at the 22-minute mark of the term.
Finally goes back there towards centre-half forward for Essendon. Vanderhaar in front, and that's a great mark. And that's mark number 9 of him today, so he's played a great game at centre-half forward. Salmon leading, but he decides to go for the long kick. And look at this one, it's a magnificent kick, but it's off target and through for 1 point. So the difference now is 22 points. 11-13-79. Essendon to Carlton 8-9-57. Just over the 23-minute mark. So the Blues badly needing a goal before the end of this quarter. As you can imagine, Essendon this last quarter, Pete, they're going to run riot here, I should imagine. This big crowd behind them.
I'm surprised that Carlton have pegged them back just a little now. They started off in great fettle this quarter.
Waiting on McClure, playing at fullback. Southby had to be shifted because Sam had 6 goals against him. Perovic goes the big punch. That saves a penalty kick, and that will be a throw in about. Still a danger point for Carlton. It's well into the Essendon attacking zone. Coming back on the ground is Terry Danaher. The ball knocked back again. There we see Robertson try to force his way through the pack. And once again, the umpire will ball it up. Still about 50 metres out from the Essendon goal.
And Carlton have done very little attacking this quarter.
Baker off the ground for Essendon.
Knocked down by Honeybun. Montgomery close to the boundary line. No one to give it to. Out of bounds again. About 4 or 5 metres further around the line. Another throw-in to take place in front of the packed Essendon grandstand. 30,000 approximate attendance here today. You can't fit too many more here. Knocked away by Dool. Could be out of bounds again. Yes, it will be. No one making any headway at all, although it's probably a few more metres around the line. Honeybun contesting with Terry Danaher on that occasion. Maitland went without the ball. Danaher fires out the hand pass to Wood. Wood back to Vanderhaar. Vanderhaar wobbles it towards full forward. Salmon has to go defensively. McConville almost tripped up to Perovic. Perevic's kick is a poor one. Madden goes through like a steam train out to Watson. Watson to Elshaw. Kick number 19. Can he goal with it? A long shot by the former Demon is through for 4 points. Great goal, Tony Elshaw. Set up for him by Simon Madden initially. 12-13, 85 to 8-9, 57.
Quite a great game today, Elshaw. Peter is their best small man. He scouted around well and taking those hand passes going by. Watch that again. Madden over to Watson and Elshaw scouting out, as I said before. And that's a fine left foot shot for goal.
We're playing time on now in the third quarter. 25.5 minutes have gone, and Essendon leading 85 to 57. Could be a match-winning lead. Watson tries to steamroll his way forward, not successful. Banfield caught. Too high, says the umpire, the tackle. He's gone for a hand pass. Danaher out to right half forward. Not Banfield, but Bradbury, picked up by English. McConville can't make any headway at all. Umpire Peter Cameron will decide on a bounce, and that bounce will take place about 25 metres out from goal. 32 points the difference. A minute into time on third quarter. Banfield had it and then lost it and regained it. Out to McConville. The hand pass comes. McConville from centre half back, short to centre wing. Mark taken by Madden.
Madden playing pretty well as far as the marking's concerned. Not so hot in the ruck as the ball finally comes back there to Eustace, trying to do a bit of fancy stuff. He's pretty successful at it. A long shot for goal. How about that? Oh, what a goal! Goal number 1. They're kicking them from everywhere at the moment. Essendon 13-13-91 to Carlton 8 goals 9-57.
Sevens Big League is part of the 1984 Nissan VFL Premiership season.
So Carlton getting off to a great start, leading by 17 points at the first change, but Essendon by a point at half-time, and they ran away to lead by 34 at the final change and finally ran out winners by 47 points. The main goal kickers for Essendon, the Fish, Paul Salmon, got 7, and for Carlton, their main goal kicker was Warren Ralph, and he finished up with 2 goals. Rod Ashman has a suspected fractured cheekbone. In the statistics department, Essendon 16 more kicks, they had 10 more frees and 40 more handballs. And after the match, I went into the Essendon rooms and spoke to their coach, Kevin Sheedy, about their fine performance.
Well, you know, I was really pleased with our team's effort. You know, we've had a lot of players out in the last month, good players, and the young guys that have come into the team really have given the senior players a lift, and you know, we've been able to keep winning a few matches, you know, to keep us up in that top 3.
I guess you'd be very pleased, especially with the second half.
Yes, well, we were a fit side. I never felt that we've been unfit, and that's enabled us to kind of keep working pretty hard in the second half as well.
Paul Vanderhaar played an exceptionally good game, but I like the game of Tony Elshaw. He got a lot of positions out of the centre.
Yeah, he played very well, Tony. He missed a couple through an injury, and he's a player that we think he'll improve as the year goes on, like we do with a couple of other boys, you know.
Kevin, you've got a lot of players to come back into the side, and I guess that's been one of the strengths of the side, the depth that you do have here.
Well, this year, it's been our weakness, I feel, in 81 and 82. I think that we've had to really work hard, and it's a credit to Noel Jenkins, our recruiting officer, and our club, not to go out and, you know, buy $1 million football team, but cautiously pick what we feel we can actually afford and hope and make sure they can play.
Essendon coach Kevin Sheedy speaking after the side's big win today at Windy Hill. On Sevens Big League, it's time now for our first winners in the footy bet competition tonight. $250 richer with the compliments of NEC, Mr. R. Cole of Glenroy and Mr. R. Sterling of Seaford. Congratulations to you both. On screen now, we have phone account numbers, and if your phone account is one of those, the telephone number to dial right now is 268 2266. 268 2266. If your TAB phone account is one of those numbers on screen, go to it, and the first 2 people through will be $250 richer with the compliments of NEC. You're watching Sevens Big League. Back with more in just a moment.
Sandy Roberts is next on Sevens Big League with On This Round. And football, Aussie rules style, takes the centre stage at the MCG when Richmond confronts St.Kilda.
Now, Australia has a car truly of world class. New world-class Commodore with scores of improvements. New panoramic styling, a new low-cost Berliner model with power steering, plus automatic transmission. New instruments, including tachometer, new electronic touch controls, a new touch-tune radio, and new optional electronic fuel injection with 27% more power. New world-class Commodore from Holden.
But no matter how far or how wide I roam, I still call Australia. I still call Australia. Still call Australia home. From national.
Fly Air New Zealand and discover Jet Set Tours Western Wonderland hosted video holiday. From only $2,344 will give you 22 days travel in luxury air-conditioned coaches, taking in Honolulu, Las Vegas, San Francisco, Tijuana, Disneyland, plus more, and receive a free video of your holiday. Discover this and much more in Jet Set Tours, the America's brochure.
Jet Set, Australia's #1.
When you're taking medicine, it's important to measure the dose. But what about when you're spraying medicine into your stuffy nose? Now, this new Otrivin measured dose delivers an exact dose into each nostril as a gentle mist. So not only is Otrivin a gentle, effective, long-lasting decongestant, it's also a measured dose. Ask your pharmacist for the new Otrivin measured dose nasal mist. Otrivin, the one that begins with O.
A woman in love with love, looking for life and passion in a town full of hate and a world at war. Sarah Miles, Robert Mitchum and Trevor Howard in the Academy Award-winning Ryan's Daughter, Wednesday and Thursday at 8:30 on 7.
On 7's Big League, coming up shortly, the big clash at the Melbourne Cricket Ground today between Richmond and St Kilda. But first we get to Sandy Roberts for our weekly feature on this round.
Thank you, Peter, and let's have a look now at some of the highs and lows of round 9 of days gone by. To start off with, we've got to go back some 16 years, way back to 1968, and one of the great marks of the year was taken by Geelong's Doug Wade. When Richmond met Carlton on this round in 1969, one of the Blues' training staff took an instant dislike to present Richmond coach Mike Patterson. Keith Bascott won't remember this collision, but Swans and Cats fans will, from 1970. Demon Ray Biffin had his number taken in this clash with St Kilda's Travis Pays in 1972, but the tribunal found him not guilty. When Victoria met Western Australia in 1973, Jezza kicked 5 goals and took one of the marks of the year. 2 umpires reported Richmond's Dick Clay on this round in 1975 when he tangled with Carlton's Robert Walls, but neither charge was sustained. Ray Shaw, however, was not so fortunate. He was suspended for 3 weeks after hitting South's Graham Teasdale. On the same day in 1977, Peter Hudson continued his fine comeback with 8 goals against Melbourne. He was to go on and kick 100 for the year. In 1978, North won their first 8 games, but with Alex Jesaulenko supreme, they fell to Carlton at Princes Park and went on to finish runners-up to the Hawks. Ross Glendinning kicked 10 for the Roos in 1979 against Melbourne at the MCG in one of his finest solo performances. The next year, 1980, and big Len Thompson joined the 300 club. Played the majority of his career as Collingwood's #1 ruckman. In 1982, Jacko was rubbed out for a fortnight after being found guilty of striking Essendon's rugged Ronnie Andrews. It was one of the clashes of the year. And last year, the Saints had their first win under new coach Tony Jewell. After 8 losses, the drought had been broken. Well, it appears as though Jacko is certainly keeping his name in history right throughout the years gone by in football. That's all from me now. Here's Peter with more of today's action.
Thank you, Sandy, and we go to the MCG. 3 weeks ago, Tony Jewell's job as coach of St Kilda was on the line. 6 losses in a row, and the Knives were indeed out. Today, after 2 successive wins, the Saints, almost miraculously, found themselves in the second main game of the day at the MCG against Richmond. Fate, however, hasn't been kind to them. Injuries have sidelined 4 top players, suspension ruled out 2 more, and they take on a side that's been playing its best football since round about 1982. Against that, the Saints beat the Tigers twice last year. Today, however, the odds certainly look stacked against them. And at the MCG, our commentators are Sandy Roberts and Bob Skilton. We pick up play at the 8.5-minute mark of the 3rd quarter.
He has lost it. Palm in trouble. Tries to get the handball away to Kane. It's effective. Now Jet receives. Goes longer over the top to Lee. Lee steadies, bolts, back to Jess. The Ghost is in a problem too. Eventually he goes with the left foot up towards the half-forward line. Out comes Taylor. Can't take it. Rioli is there. He goes to ground. Umpire calls play on. Rioli ripped off the football. Favier in trouble. Puts out the sweeping handball to Burns, and he'll get the Saints out of trouble with a bad kick. A shocking kick straight to Barry Rawlings, who can run him to goal.
Side bottom had gone to sleep, Sandy.
There's his kick and he's goal. Bad mistake by the Saints. Yeah. Rawlings kicks his second.
Big Alan Sidebottom had completely gone to sleep. Was standing there watching the play, but lost concentration, which allowed Rawlings to just play on and run past Sidebottom and kick an easy goal. Well, let's hope that Sidebottom learns from that experience.
11-5 to 5-7. 9.5 minutes played, 3rd term. The Saints unable to make any real impression, as Lee should have been free kicked, and in fact he will be.
It wasn't Lee who took the ball out of the ruck, Sandy. Who was it?
Egan. Frustration creeping in here. Egan, long to full forward. Taylor, looking for but not receiving the free kick. Morwood receiving, and as Bobby said, he's playing a fine game, but he ducked his chutney on that occasion. Rioli, a very quiet first half. Egan, a quiet first quarter. Elphinstone trying to get his side on the move once again. Burns, who never gives up. A bad handball, although he was under pressure when he gave it. Favier loses it. Peter Howe allows play to go on. Egan will sneak away with the football. It's smothered off the boot partly. First to it will be Morwood, and he's got time if he can pick it up. Oh, he's in awful trouble. Rioli will pick it up now. And Morris the Wizard. Away from Tomei he goes. Up towards the Taylor. Great mark by BT. Very rarely do we see him, Bobby, flying like that from behind.
Very rarely do we see Ryan's feet that far off the down.
You can tell BT that.
Oh, Ryan and I are good friends, Sandy.
But I hope. It was a good mark, wasn't it?
It was a great mark.
So he'll shoot from 30 metres out directly in front. A chance for the Tigers' 12th. He stabs away with a drop punt, and he makes no mistake. 5 goals to Brian Taylor, and the Tigers show their ascendancy. 12-5 to 5-7.
Yes, I personally would not like to be the man having to contain Taylor when Richmond are bringing the ball down so often. Frawley trying to do everything right, but there's a replay, and Taylor up actually before acceptances, but he was still able to hold his balance and take a lovely mark. 12-5 to 5-7. 77 to 37, 40 points. The margin in favour of the Tigers as Lee gets the tap down. Burns couldn't gain possession. The free kick will go the way of Richmond, and Francis will come out with the ball. So Peter Francis of Richmond, right in the centre of the ground. Gets the lead from Taylor, puts it out wide. It's Taylor and Frawley, and Taylor attacks the one-hand.
Oh, he wants to play on too, down towards Jess, who's in the square. The Ghost can't pull it in. And Taylor just drifting that football a little too far into the pocket. So a throw in, or should I say the kick back into play after one behind. 12-6 to 5-7. The Saints in trouble here at the MCG. 3-on-1 there. Favier could come away with it, although he's up against Morris Rioli, the Wizard, showing this wealth of experience and talent. Flicks it around beautifully to Wally Lovett. He'll be keen to get on with the job because Taylor gives him a lead down in the square. Now he's heading for BT, who'll fly again from the side. Quick to recover, but Palm's quicker. He's taken out of it. Pushed, said the umpire. And I'm afraid Bobby Skilton has lapsed into semi-consciousness. John Annear was pushed in the back.
Bob will be back, or should be back with us shortly. But he can't believe it. So John Anea has not goaled to date. Runs round now and goals. The Tigers are 13-6, leading the Saints a merry dance. 5-7 on sevens. Big lead.
We watch the replay now. There's John Anea. Comes down. Oh, you can fool me if that's a push in the back.
Don't get too upset, Bob.
Oh, fair, Sandy. Yeah, the best side is way in front, but surely they do not need decisions like that.
Well, hopefully we can see them on What's Your Decision on World of Sport as we go back for the centre bounce once again. Lee loses that one from the middle. Now who can take it away? In all sorts of other than was Simon Meehan. Can't get an effective kick away. Cunningham can beautifully. Now here's a chance as the ball is put up short by Burns to the half-forward line. And we see Glenn Brown with the opportunity.
There's the angle from which Brown is kicking as Trevor Barker and Strawn come into the square. It's a lovely looking kick from Brown. Touched just on the line, I feel. I think it would only be 1 point. No, it's a goal! Well, I felt it was touched before the line, Sandy.
Okay, who belongs to the Holden Rodeo?
When it comes to pickup trucks, Holden's got one hell of a range. There's a gutsy workhorse with a man on the land, a luxury sports model that's powered to perform, a sharp-looking four-wheel drive that's ready to make new tracks, and a four-door that takes 5 and more.
I only wanted to tell him his lights were on.
The bigger-engined Rodeos, a tough choice, from the Holden Action Squad.
Well, what do you have to report?
Remarkable news. The Earthlings have perfected a space shuttle only 25 centimeters long.
They are obviously much more advanced than we ever dreamed. Have you investigated the occupants of this shuttle?
We have.
And how did you find them?
Delicious.
The Red Rooster Space Shuttle, a delicious junior chicken roll and crunchy Red Rooster French fries, all for just $1.99.
You must come back immediately and report.
No. I think this needs a little more investigation.
Which is the tyre that gives such great grip in the wet? Which is the tyre that you can rely on when the going gets really tough? And which is the tyre that keeps going on and on and on? It's the tyre that's built up a reputation among motorists as the best tyre in the world. It's Michelin, of course. Demand the best. Demand Michelin.
The Olympic day is nearly through. The Olympic spirit's coming true. And like the spirit we share, Coca-Cola is there. Come and share those feelings too. Coke is it when you want to feel refreshed. Coke is it. And when you're thirsting for the best. Coke is it. The biggest taste you'll ever get. Coke is it. Coke is it.
Gangland Melbourne, where the Hoods from Fitzroy met the Larrikins from Richmond, and the most infamous of them all was Squizzy Taylor, the story of the biggest little man who put Melbourne on the map. Squizzy Taylor, your premiere Sunday movie, 8:30.
Back at the MCG now in the final quarter, and we pick up play some 6 minutes into the term.
Looking for the free kick. He puts on a great act. It doesn't matter because Wally Lovett's behind and says thank you. Wally's delighted as he boots his second, and the Tigers move into the 20s. 26-8-12, helping their percentage on Sevens big league.
It's a delighted Wally Lovett. Raw skill, and the Richmond fans also delighted because the scoreboard says 20 goals to 8. Lovett, Rioli, Favier and Odgers, the players on screen. And there's the scoreboard, 20 goals 6, 126, a 66-point margin to Richmond with St.Kilda on 8 goals 12, 60. Crow and Lee. Lee wins the... puts it wide. Cari completely lost it. Picked up by Jess. Jess puts a long goal in.
It's football.
It's a lovely goal, Jimmy Jess.
Great football by the Tigers. Magic, says the sign, 21-6 to 8-12.
And it started out of the middle with the general, Mark Lee, getting the mighty thump away to the half-forward line, and the Ghost finishing proceedings off. 72 points the margin. Centre bounce once again. What will happen this time? Lee looking down towards Egan, goes to ground with the football, tries to burrow his way out, but Vassalou comes in and says, I'll have a bounce, gentlemen. Philip Walsh is 16, Jeff Moore 42. Won this time by Crow, gives it to Morwood. Now the opportunity for the young Saint to go deep into the forward zone. He does so with a long kick. Barker from behind has given away the free kick. He mistook it for a step ladder, but no doubt a little frustrated at not getting into too much of the action today. Elphinstone tapping it back cleverly. Short in towards the half-forward line or through the arms of the general. But look at the big fella back up well. Oh, intercepted by Middlemiss. Here's danger. Jenkins to full forward. Barker can't control it the first occasion. Does so now. He's on the wrong foot as he snaps over his shoulder and goes right across the face of goal. He's goal! Oh, blow me down with a truck. I thought he'd gone across the face of goal. But T. Barker has scored a marvellous goal.
When you're going about your business,
Would you like a beer, mate? Oh, no. Bernard. Hi, George.
the last thing you want is people who aren't.
Fellows.
It's the same when you're flying on business, which is why TAA introduced business class, with a separate quiet zone, up to 4 inches more legroom than economy, and meals to first-class standard. On business, fly business class, exclusive to TAA.
The friendly way.
After a hard day's work, nothing beats a long, cold Carlton draft. And he'll tell you he likes the kind of life he leads, and he's glad that he's bold. And he likes the taste of real draft beer when his time is old. And this man earns his pay twice over by putting first things first. There's nothing like a long cold beer to satisfy you. If you want the taste of real draft beer, only Carlton draft will do. When the taste you want or the taste you get is the taste that's right for you. 'Cause it's brewed with care and mellowed so, and the flavor's there, and don't you know, there's nothing beats a long cold Carlton draft.
Well, there's a lot more to see in the Sunday Observer.
And there's lots more to win in the Sunday Observer.
Sunday Lotto gives your losing Tats Lotto tickets 2,000 more chances to win over $1 million.
As well as a trip for two to Tokyo with Japan Airlines.
And this spa pool.
Plus a stereo pocket radios, village movie passes, dinners for two, and lots more prizes you can win with your losing Tats Lotto ticket.
Your big chance is in the Sunday Observer tomorrow.
Because Sunday's best, bar none.
Makes getting out of bed worthwhile.
Because everyone loves a long weekend. Budget gives you the chance of making every weekend a long weekend. Take off any time on any Thursday or Friday, and for the price of 2 days, we'll give you 3 days rental. Rent on Thursday or Friday, and you'll get 3 days rental for the price of 2. 1 day free to really help you get away from it all. Budget's longer weekend rate, driving your weekend dollar further.
Monday night, join Malcolm Douglas on a wild adventure down the Charnley River Gorge to Derby in Western Australia's spectacular Kimberley region. Struggle through the deep gorges and croc-infested waterholes, surviving only by the skills of Malcolm's Aboriginal guides. And then, come on a magical voyage to an offshore reef and be impressed by the sheer beauty of the northwest coast. Experience the stunning landscape of Western Australia's far north, in a region inaccessible to even Aboriginal tribesmen. Canoes in the Kimberley, 7:30 Monday.
From the centre bounce, Lee wins out again. Taken by Ania, ducked his head, ducks it again, and will be penalised accordingly. Crow plays on immediately.
You're unbelievable.
Crow's high kick towards half forward. Middle miss couldn't take the mark. Under a lot of pressure from 3 or 4 defenders. Landy comes out with it. Well tackled by Jenkins. Landy's hand pass towards Strawn. Kicks the ball off the ground. Morwood intercepting. Comes across. Slipped at the vital moment. Tried to get the hand pass out. Couldn't quite do so. And accordingly, in the same manner as Anir in the centre, having a couple of chances, is penalised.
Good persistence by Greg Strawn, Bob.
Yes, well, Strawn's never any difference, Andy, is he?
Nope.
Mightn't be the greatest looking player in the world, but rarely does he ever let Richmond down. As a loose ball comes out now towards Philip Walsh. Walsh now goes for Taylor, and good mark by Taylor. Free kick has actually been paid, so mark, free kick, whatever you like. And although Taylor has kicked 6, Danny Frawley, Sandy, has certainly not been disgraced. He has done everything that one could possibly do down there, as a Richmond player has gone down behind play.
Oh! And as happens so often in these sort of situations, it's an all-in. Now, the question is, how many books have come out and for whose names? By the time all is said and done, that player, incidentally, is still down on the ground.
That's the second player, Sandy.
Yes, well, the Richmond one went down first.
I think it was Jepp who went down.
It was number 10, Tim Jepp. Play has been sorted out. Now, the situation is that Brian Taylor is not at all concerned, BT.
The book's out, and I feel you might find that Cunningham is being told that he is being reported.
And Joffa cannot believe it.
Well, maybe the retaliator.
Well, it's usually the case, isn't it?
But most certainly, regardless, the second one when the Richmond player ran from about 30 metres away, I don't know whether he is reported, but, well, everyone else on the ground saw it.
Yeah, it's hard to work out sometimes, isn't it? Well, calls of get off the ground umpire are coming from down in front of us. And now Brian Taylor is getting amongst the antics, and if he's not careful, he'll lose the football too.
Well, good play by Danny Frawley. He did gain about 5 metres further out from goal.
It's still on, you know, down here at full forward. Things could really get out of hand if these umpires aren't careful. We've had a couple of king hits, and we'll have another one in a moment. There's a kick from BT floating it into the square. It's drifted over the top, and one behind only. Morris Rioli leaves the ground. He can't believe it. He shrugs his shoulders and says, I don't know what I'm doing where I am to Woosha Welch, but you go on and have a few kicks.
Cunningham puts the ball back into play. Fabian couldn't quite take the mark. Rogers taps the ball forward. Goes after it again, being told by Burns exactly where he stands. Gets the ball further forward. It goes over the boundary line. And no, it might be a free kick, not a throw-in. It's hard to say. Odgers and Rawlings, and Odgers will come out with the free kick for St.Kilda. Odgers. Kick dropping short. Elphinstone takes the mark. Robert Elphinstone. 15-metre penalty. Doesn't wait for it. Puts it in towards half forward. Middlemiss should get the free kick. And Glenn Middlemiss now at centre half forward. Should put it right up towards the square. And then he's sort of lucky he might even make the distance.
He's had a very checkered career. Injuries have unfortunately played a prominent part in recent times after switching over from Geelong. Down towards the square it goes. At the back, this could just about be socked through by Barker. It is. Barker kicks his third. And St Kilda into double figures. 10-12 to 21-7 on Sevens Big League.
Sevens Big League is part of the 1984 Nissan VFL Premiership season.
So the Tigers running out very convincing winners after there was not too much in it at quarter time. Only 4 points, 28 points at half time, 63 at three-quarter time and 64 at the finish of the game. Major goal kickers for the day. Brian Taylor got 7 for Richmond, and for St Kilda, Trevor Barker was their major goal kicker. He finished up with 3. Stats on the game, Richmond in command in pretty well just about every department. 5 more kicks and 13 more marks. Our interviewer at the match, Stephen Phillips, and Stephen went into the Tigers' den after the game.
Thank you, Peter. Well, Richmond moved back into the 5 today after a great 64-point win over St Kilda. The stars for the Tigers were full forward Brian Taylor, who kicked 7 goals, and centre-half forward Jimmy Jess, who kicked 3 goals in an outstanding display. Must be a relief, Jim, to get back into the 5.
Yeah, we've been playing well the last 4 weeks, and I suppose if you keep winning well, you've got to eventually get there.
It was always going to be a very tough physical encounter. That's the way St Kilda have been playing.
Oh, well, we know Tony pretty well. He's the coach. He's coached us, and yeah, it was pretty physical. Yeah.
The forward line seems to have got their act together, although Michael Roach went off injured.
Yeah, it's been pretty good the last week. You know, Brian's been kicking goals, and you know, I've been reasonably happy with my form.
You look as though you've got a good understanding going with Jim.
Oh, yeah, Jimmy and I've got a little plan worked out, and so have Michael and myself, and we just follow that, and the guys upfield really give you the ball and give you every chance to get it by kicking it out in front of you, so they're a good kick.
You wouldn't have been surprised by St Kilda's ferocity this afternoon?
Oh, no, not at all, Steve. They're always a tough team and very aggressive and want to do those type of things, but that's one thing we've got to learn to match with other sides.
Time now in Sevens Big League to check our winners in the TAB phone account competition. Only one tonight, and it was Mr. S. Lombardo of Narrawarra North. Congratulations to you, Mr. Lombardo, and his name goes into the barrel for our superb end of the year prize list, which we check on right now with John Deeks, and it is headed by John.
It's the GL manual Pulsar hatchback from Nissan, powered by a sporty 1.5-litre engine with 5-speed manual overdrive. The Pulsar GL hatch offers a standard of motoring unparalleled in any other small car, and $10,000 worth of magnificent NEC products, including television, audio, video and microwave ovens, in the end-of-year footy bet competition. NEC, your future in home entertainment.
More great action coming up in just a moment, and we'll be back in just a few seconds.
Scott Palmer's next on Sevens Big League, along with a match at Victoria Park between Collingwood and Fitzroy.
No matter how you plan to spend your retirement, one thing you're going to want is security. And that's exactly what Westpac's Club 55 offers. An investment package that gives you a high rate of interest paid monthly. Free advice on anything to do with your retirement or your money. Excellent travel benefits. And free access to all the advantages of our national electronic banking system. Most of all, it gives you a secure start to the rest of your life. Club 55 from Westpac, the bank.
Right now, till June 30, Nissan dealers are on the ball with bigger deals on all commercial vehicles. And factory incentives have set the ball rolling for dealers to offer big dollar discounts. Buy before the end of this financial year and roll out with incredible deals on Urbans, 720 series, Patrols, all Nissan commercials. Your Nissan dealer is on the ball with a better commercial deal today. So call in. You'll have a ball with the savings.
When you're going about your business,
Would you like a beer, mate? Oh, no, Bernard. Hi, George.
the last thing you want is people who aren't.
Fellas.
It's the same when you're flying on business, which is why TAA introduced business class, with a separate quiet zone, up to 4 inches more legroom than economy, and meals to first-class standard. On business, fly business class, exclusive to TAA.
The friendly way.
It's 7:19. And now, sleepyheads, it's time to rise and shine to the great tasting goodness of Kellogg's Sultana brand. Golden flakes of bran for natural fibre, plus all those sunny sultanas. Like the song says.
You love sultanas.
Your body loves bran, so start your day as healthy as you can with Kellogg's Sultana brand.
Sunday, 7:30 in Kingswood Country, be there. You're invited to Ted Bullfit's for a barbie. At 8, we carry on laughing with Sid James and the outrageous Carry On Gang. Sunday nights on 7, Kingswood Country, then carry on laughing.
Shortly, Collingwood and Fitzroy from Victoria Park, but first of all, let's go up to the offices of the Sunday Press, and we say a very good evening to the sporting editor, Scott Palmer.
Good evening, Peter. Welcome, viewers, back into the sports room at the Sunday Press. Business tycoon John Elliott was in the Carlton powwow after today's defeat. 50 minutes it lasted, and all coach David Parkin would comment after it was, "We'll be training at 8 tomorrow morning instead of 9. The Blues then will be counting their injuries. Ashman has a suspected fracture of the cheek. Buckley has a thigh. Montgomery and Harms were both limping. And David Glascott was wheeled out on a stretcher tonight with concussion. He's expected to spend the night in hospital. Essendon coach Kevin Sheedy said the Bombers are a more disciplined side than last year. It was our best form for 3 weeks, he said. And I'm looking for a place in the top 3 in the finals, he said. St Kilda is in the wars again tonight. 2 players, Glenn Middlemas and Jeff Cunningham, are reported for striking in that last quarter at the MCG. And the Saints are screaming about it. It's Glenn's 3rd time up this season. Coach Tony Jewell was pleased with the side's effort, however. You couldn't expect more from a bunch of kids against a side like that, said Tony. With our full team in, it might have been different. Richmond coach Mike Patterson said, we are slowly getting there. He was pleased with the way the Tigers converted today. They kicked 16 straight between the 28-minute mark of the 2nd quarter and the 8th minute of the last. But Michael Roach is a problem. He strained a muscle in his groin. Some nasty injuries came out of the Hawthorn North match today. North's Angelo Petraglia is in the Royal Melbourne Hospital tonight with a broken nose and an injured eye caused by a stray finger. Peter Smith also has a broken nose and a strained cruciate ligament. Coach Barry Cable was pleased for 3 quarters but said his players now have to learn to play pressure football in the last quarter like the top sides. Peter Knights is a worry for the Hawks. He strained his groin as well. Despite the legal wrangle over at Glen McLean, the Magpies say the Demon Ruckman will be in their side to play next week. They were claiming at 5 p.m. tonight the 15 days was up and Melbourne hadn't matched the offer for McLean. John Cale said the Magpies will improve further with Dacos and Richardson back next week and maybe Graham Teasdale. The 4 points look good for John today, he said. Robbie Wall said, we just have to keep on trying. Footscray's Mickey Malthouse didn't deliver a blast to the Bulldogs at VFL Park today. He said all that was said out on the ground. He blames the side's lack of depth for the present position they're in. Lunn and Wallace are his 2 latest casualties. Ron Barassi was strangely quiet after the big victory out there. He said the young players at Melbourne are starting to bloom. He was also prized with the Bulldog effort today. You can read all about that in the best sports pages in town in the Sunday Press tomorrow. Back to you, Peter.
Thank you, Scotty. Paul Salmon has topped the 50 mark in the leading goal kickers. He got a further 7 today, 50 for the season, so looks set certainly to crack the ton. Warren Ralph only 2 today. Taylor has 37. Tony Lockett, of course, injured at the moment. Jackson is suspended, won't be playing tomorrow, and Bernie Quillen got 4 goals today for a total of 34. Well, a trip to Victoria Park is never a pleasant prospect for visiting sides, but when a team is playing poorly, it's something to be dreaded. Such was the situation confronting Fitzroy this afternoon, languishing at the bottom of the ladder with 1 win from 8 games. They were thrashed by the Swans in last Tuesday's night game, and even last Saturday at home had their colours lowered by the inconsistent but at times brilliant Melbourne. For Collingwood, they were chasing 4 valuable points. That only eluded them, narrowly certainly, in last weekend's big clash against Richmond. Our commentators at Victoria Park this afternoon, Jack Edwards and Peter McKenna, and we pick up play in the first quarter at the 5-minute mark.
1 player, Jack.
Yeah, they're moving all right, but no one really has any break. Collingwood 1 point and Fitzroy not yet scored. Banks on the left foot, bringing the ball down to the half-forward zone. Coleman can't take the mark. Williams picks up, eludes his opponent on the left foot, goes toward Woodall. And Woodall with the ball in front of him. Up to the goal square he goes, and Woodall. Collingwood's first goal, kicked by their full forward in Dale Woodall. And the time clock showing we've been playing nearly 6 minutes of the first term. Good play by Williams. Got the ball down on the half-forward flank, let fly toward the vacant forward spot. Missed Woodall with the pass, but Woodall was quicker than his opponent, Serafini. Took advantage of his pace and got the ball within the square and kicked the goal.
Yes, great play, as you said, Jack. That's the advantage of a lovely kick on the left foot by Mark Williams, and Dale Woodall intelligent football as he led Serafini under the ball and ducked back very, very quickly. The ball bounced from a good goal to the young full forward in the centre of the ground. Here's a chance for the Magpies again, as on the left foot, bringing it right down towards the forward line was Abernathy. Woodall, a diving attempt, couldn't take the mark. In they go after it, kicked off the ground by Clayton. Back it comes to Laurie. Laurie over further afield towards his teammate there in Osborne. Towards the boundary line it goes, and a nice mark taken there by Gary Wilson.
Looking for a lead upfield, he kicks it to his opponent. Williams picks up again, he'll look for Woodall or go toward goal. He kicks long down toward Woodall, who's dragged down by the arm. Will be a free kick to Woodall. No doubts about that one, so Serafini not getting away to a very good start. Woodall's kicked the 1 goal that Collingwood do have at this stage. And Serafini dragged Woodall down by the arm.
Yes, no doubt, I agree with you. A good decision by umpire James, because Woodall was in a good position to take that mark, and Serafini in desperation pulled him down and It was a free kick. These look easy shots, Jack, but they're not so easy on that slight angle.
Oh, it should be pretty easy for Woodall this week because you've been coaching him during the week, so he should be able to kick goals now, Peter.
Well, let's see what he does with this.
15 metres out, not even that. I'll blame you if he doesn't kick it. How he kicked it, Pete, you can breathe again. Woodall kicks his second goal and Collingwood's second goal, so they get away to a very good start on this beautiful autumn day here in Melbourne. Collingwood 2-1, 13 points. Fitzroy have not yet scored.
Yes, a very good effort by Woodall. He's used his body well, got back there to get himself in the position for the mark, and as we said, in desperation he was pulled down. But a nice kick too by Dale Woodall, and the goal umpire didn't move. 2 goals, and that'll give him a tremendous amount. He should never have actually been dropped from the side, Jack.
At the middle once again, the ball goes down. Coleman gets up, but he didn't get the knock. Was knocked out by Shaw. Hinchin's kick is smothered again. Collingwood smothering well early in the game. Thornton and Osborne go in to do the tackling, and the free kick will go against Morwood. So Morwood, that's a 15-metre penalty against Morwood, and that will be taken, as I said, by Thornton. Side bottom calling for the ball, but I think he'll look for Quinlan. Kicks high, fairly long. Quinlan underneath the ball, won't mark it because there's 3 opponents there. Tony Shaw goes in, can't pick it up cleanly. Been taken away on that occasion and hurried into the pack, but now it's been kicked back to the half-forward zone, and the player doing all that work up there was Allen.
Quinlan was the hurry kick. There's Toomey being smothered, grabbed by Gary Shaw. Gary Shaw has held onto the ball. Now he goes to Woodall. Can he get there? Oh, touched by Serafini. Good play. Woodall gets bundled out of the way. Now Banks. Dennis Banks, a high kick up the side of the boot. Straight out of bounds on the full. But Collingwood looking good, and Fitzroy at the moment just leaving it to 2 few and running in 1s instead of the 3s and 4s that Collingwood are.
Well, that instance up there where Quinlan went for the mark, he had 3 opponents, Peter. He had no hope of marking that.
And what's more, when the ball hit the ground, they had no one at the bottom of the pack, Jack.
No, I don't know where they were, but so Quinlan was opposed to 3, but there was no spare fellows around. Don't ask me why that was. Pack fly high, comes to the back and has been punched up by Roos again. He's playing quite well. Up toward the half-forward zone it goes. Getting in there, looks like Allen got the hand pass out again. And Collingwood coming forward. The ball driven down toward the half-forward zone. Burham underneath it, can't take it. Just about got it on the second grab, taken by Laurie. He's had a bad season so far. He gets the ball moving up to Loken. Loken will look for Quinlan's a well-placed kick. Quinlan should mark this, and he does, in the forward pocket, within scoring range for Bernie Quinlan, but right on the boundary line.
I'll tell you what, I'll take a miraculous kick from there. That is a very, very difficult shot. But then again, you're talking about a champion full forward with the ball here in Bernie Quinlan.
Would he bend it to it or go
well,
drop
he's gone the drop punt. It's swinging back. Oh, boy, this is close. It's a goal. A magnificent kick by Quinlan from the boundary line.
Didn't you ever kick any from there, Peter? From that position?
Oh, I got a few, Jack. I've got a few, but I know how difficult it is. But that was a great goal by Quinlan, and that was a handy one. They move on to 1 goal. Collingwood 2 goals 1.
They certainly do need it because Collingwood had got away to a break of 13 points, and that's the first scoring shot that Fitzroy have had, and as Peter McKenna explained to you, a very difficult scoring shot for Bernie Quinlan, but he did it with a great deal of success. In the middle once again. Umpire Ian Clayton putting it down. The ruckman will come in. Coleman got there last, so gave away a free kick to Shaw too, and he will take it. Derek Shaw looking for somewhere to go. He should look toward Woodall because Woodall has Collingwood's 2 goals and will be confident. Cloak coming out though to contest. Pert thumps it down. Here's a chance for Clayton. The ball bounces fairly kindly for him. Oh, the hand pass was poor. That's a throw by Morwood, but the umpire calls play on. Kicked off the ground and chance for Coleman of Fitzroy. Have you seen a fellow with the fumbles? Well, you just saw one there. Bad hand pass to Parrish. Williams chips in, takes it away. Here's a chance for Jeff Rains. He's going to straighten up and let fly. Hooks it back now. Up towards Serafini and Woodall. Serafini doesn't take the mark. It's a little pack for me up, and the umpire rules a free kick, Serafini.
Lucky free kick there to Laurie Serafini, but the umpire Glenn James, right onto it. There's Clayton. Oh, another mistake by Clayton. Not good play. Neville Shaw onto the left foot, smothered by Clayton, grabbed by Rains. Rains hooks it back to full forward. Woodall's there, and Serafini, a good diving effort this time by Laurie Serafini to take the mark and outpoint Dale Woodall on that occasion, but Fitzroy desperately hanging on down there, but gee, they're making some blues.
Yeah, they're making some mistakes, all right. They should have been into attack a couple of times then. They've messed it all up. Serafini kicking high, will come to ground, I thought. Oh, a good punch down. Jeff Rains, left foot kick, telling kick, but off target toward Woodall. Can't take the mark. It's near the boundary line. That's where it finishes. Boundary throw in the forward pocket for Collingwood.
Yes.
The Woodsman, 2-1-13. Fitzroy, 1 goal for 6 points. The time clock, 12.5 into the first term.
Dale Woodall admonishing himself there. He's not happy that he dropped that one. It would have been a handy one from the boundary line there. Here's Gary Shaw picking it up. Always have to think twice when you're talking about the Shaws as he kicks it high. Woodall from behind. Up they go. Morwood also, but it's brought away from defence by Fitzroy with the right foot kick by Parrish, finding Grant Laurie. Now he'll probably the hand pass over the top. He does to Parrish. Good play by Laurie. Gary Wilson, bad hand pass there. Wilson will be caught. Gets in the hand pass over Clayton. Clayton not having a good day at the moment. Holds onto the ball, and that's holding the ball as he lay on top of the football and didn't try and get it out.
I thought he may have been tripped. He'll give away a 15-metre penalty here also. Threw the ball over the top of the head of Tony Shaw, who's looking for a lead, and Williams makes position. Now he's going to let it go, and the ball's taken down there. Another one of the Shaws, Neville Shaw on this occasion, taking the mark.
Brotherly love there with that pass. A beautiful pass too by Tony Shaw. He's certainly improved his kicking.
I didn't know they were brothers.
Yes, they're brothers. Neville Shaw has had his hair dyed. He's got the blonde rinse as he fires at the goals, and it's a beautiful kick. That's a goal to the Magpies, kick by Neville Shaw. They move on to 3 goals, 1-19, leading Fitzroy 1 goal.
Well, Collingwood looking all right in the first term. We've only been playing 13.5 minutes. It doesn't sound a long time, I know, but they're looking a better team than Fitzroy. Fitzroy have got the fumbles. They're making mistakes, and I assume that part of that would be caused by their lack of confidence. They've only won 1 game in 8.
And it's bad news for Fitzroy. I reckon that Gary Wilson's limping badly as he went up to the forward pocket there. Jack?
Well, I saw him doing some prelim run-throughs before the game started, and I thought, now, there must be something wrong with him because he doesn't normally do that. So he may have had the injury before the game started, Peter. Hinchin, hand pass to the side bottom. Torpedo kick, long and high. Punched away by Shaw. Conlon gets in there toward the boundary line. He's running. Can he pick it up before the line? He taps it along the line. Still in possession of it? No, he's not. The ball's beat him. He got over the boundary line, and it will be a boundary throw in. In the centre of the ground too, I see Hinchin. No, it's not Hinchin in the hands of the trainers. It's Harris, is it?
I wouldn't want to lose Wilson and Harris. They'd be struggling for Rovers as we see the throwing. Quinlan gets the front berth. Punched away back towards the half-forward line it goes. Chance now for the Magpies. Is it a free kick? No, said the umpires. A hurried shot at the goal by Roos. I think he's kicked it. It's a goal. It's a lovely goal kicked by Paul Roos, and the Roys are back in business. 2 goals straight to Collingwood, 3 goals, 1.
Hong Kong, a thriving, booming marketplace. At night, the city takes time out to enjoy the best the world has to offer. Your Foster's Lager, winning more friends in Hong Kong each year.
Foster's Lager, it's got the flavor that's taken it all around the world.
Now that's a truly fine beer.
What's this?
For an extra $15 on your premium, Double AMI will insure you against losing your rating 1 in an accident that's your fault. Double AMI, rating 1 protection. So call Amy. We keep our promises.
That was terrific.
They're new, double insulated, inexpensive, and there's an entire range. So don't settle for less than the latest from AEG.
Which 2 to 3 ton truck in Australia today is not so squeezy? On the load, on power, and of course on comfort and room.
Okay, which one of you blokes parked his canter in my spot? Nice truck. Oh, you can park here anytime. Not so squeezy, eh?
Not so squeezy Mitsubishi Canter. A better run for your money. It's another Mitsubishi truck.
Brawls in the street, pubs smashed up, stolen jewellery and even kidnapping. All in a day's work for Jim Bergerac and the Bureau when a boxing match is held in town. An involved case with more twists than French bread. Bergerac, following the professionals, 9:30 tonight.
Collingwood led by 25 points at three-quarter time, and we pick up play now at the 6-minute mark of the final quarter.
No system up forward as the kick from the back line. Here's a chance for the Roys as we see Leon Harris bringing the ball away. Hand pass to Parrish. Brimley's made the lead. Ducks back against Graham Allen. Punched away. That was good football, Brimley. Mickey Conlon charges his way through. Graham Allen caught with the ball, and that's holding the ball. Free kick will go to Gary Wilson about 30 metres out from goal. I said earlier a lot of other days, there is no doubt in my mind Wilson is not fit and cannot perform to the... You can see the knee bandage there. He is just not the Gary Wilson of old. Let's see what he does with this kick. He stabs at that one. He's a beautiful kick for goal. Oh, he's put that through for his second. And maybe the Roys will lift. 9 goals, 10. To Collingwood, 12-17.
Well, Fitzroy still have a chance, slim as it may be, because only 7 minutes have gone on Sevens Big Kick here. We're into the final term, the game at Victoria Park between Collingwood and Fitzroy. 7 points, 7 minutes have gone, and we're now looking at a 25-point deficit. So 4 goals and 1 minus score will level the scores here, but that's a big thing to ask because Fitzroy haven't been playing that well across half forward. Quinlan is injured, as is Wilson, and Conlon hasn't had a very good day. So all things stacked against Fitzroy. Collingwood about to go forward through Turner. Comes down to Gary Shaw. Does it well, looking for the free kick. He's caught though, he got away from the tackle. Gets the ball up high, up into the forward square it goes. That's a good mark taken down there by the young fellow from Tasmania, Scott Knight. And he's only 25 metres out from goal from where he will kick. Conlon leaving the ground for Fitzroy.
Bad day, Mickey Conlon.
Bad day, all right. So, there's a chance for the young player, as I said, to have the shot at goal. Scott Knight should kick it. Kick from about 20 to 25 metres out. Puts it on its way. The umpire ran right across to say you've missed it. So that was bad luck, Pete, or bad kicking.
He tried to kick it too hard. He tried to put it over the grandstand instead of just casually putting your ball through the boot. And I think he got a bit uptight there, Jack. You mentioned Conlon going off. I think full credit must go to his opponent, David Toomey, who has worn him like a glove today and has put Conlon right out of the game. There's a hand pass coming over the top there to Osborne, to Carlson. Carlson onto the left foot, now back onto the right. I think he should have been on earlier, Lee Carlson. Onto the right foot he goes towards the centre wing area. It's grabbed by Tony Shaw, hooks it back. Carlson from behind. Now it's Scott Clayton, caught with the football, and that's holding the ball, and we've seen plenty of that today, and that's good tackling by Collingwood. Jeffrey Rains, is it? Yeah, Jeffrey Rains been told to go back by the umpire. That's interesting. Well, there's Rains. A great first half as he kicks it towards the half-forward. Terrific mark taken there by Mark Williams.
Williams wouldn't score from where he is. He'll be about 50 metres out. I don't think he'd make the distance, although earlier in the game he let go a magnificent torpedo punt kick. Oh, one-handed mark from Laurie Serafini. Playing on now, looking for someone to go past. He's found Clayton, Thornton, should have said. Got the ball down to Parrish. Parrish tackled a bit high, but gets it back to Thornton. Thornton in trouble. Fitzroy have made some mistakes today. Oh, they've made plenty. Thornton's kick is high toward Roos, and Roos takes the mark in a position about half back.
He's played well.
Job. Done a fair job. This is where they've been falling down at half forward. Oh, side bomb. Don't have to describe that one. Taken by Banks, given to Rains. Rains kicks very high. Chance for Roos. No, he's going to wait. No one actually went for that mark. Tapped on by Neville Shaw. The ball comes through the pack. Parrish can't get it out. The umpire said he will get a free kick, but he was tackled too high.
Yes, he popped one round the head. He's exhausted, Parrish, as he gets it out to Osborne. Osborne too much space for David Clark. Poor old David couldn't get near him. Then hand pass over there to Coleman. He's battled hard. Been a tremendous duel. There's a fight going over there. Side bottom's in it out there. It's towards centre half forward. Play on, said the umpire. We'll concentrate on the footballers. Little Harris goes in after it. Back to Wilson. Wilson back to Harris. Now's a chance for the Roys. A short pass to Grant Laurie. 30 metres out from goal. On an angle, he runs into the open goal. He stabs at the goals. And Grant Laurie's put it through for his first, and the Roys are back in business. They move on to 10 goals, 10 to Collingwood, 12-18.
Well, while Peter was calling that bit of football, I was watching the blue over there. It looked like Banks and also side bottom. Carlton went in to try and break it up, but it didn't come to much. Umpire James was there refereeing the duel, and nothing has come out of it that I could see. So back in the middle now with umpire James. Coleman opposes Derek Shaw. The bounce favoured Coleman. He tries to do a little bit too much at times and hurried to kick, which finds Barham. Barham being told by Allen to get a short one into him, and that he does. Allen normally a good kick. Puts a bit of depth in the kick too. Kicks long. Up toward Cloak. Is thumped away from Cloak though. Chance for Tony Shaw. He gives it back to Neville Shaw. He barges through. He shoots it back downfield. And Rains will drive long. He can see a chance for a score here. Oh, they messed it up between them. A chance for Turner. Can't pick it up. Osborne goes in. He can't get the ball out. Comes back to Roos. He gives it over to Thornton. Thornton should kick. He does now. Eventually get it down towards side bottom. Banks puts him out of position. And Banks takes the mark. And will take a 15-metre penalty.
Yes, that stupid play there by side bottom as we see Dennis Banks well on top of him at the moment as he kicks it away from the half-back line. Up towards full forward, the pack's there. Over the back of the pack. Here's a chance for the Magpies. Scott Knight charges his way through. The ball comes loose to Barwick, close to the boundary line. In fact, now it goes over the line and out of bounds. Scoreboard showing 12-18 Collingwood. Poor kicking. Fitzroy 10-10. There is still time for Fitzroy if they're good enough. Coleman bundled out of the way. That's a free kick to Coleman against David Cloak in the back pocket.
Well, had it not been a free kick, it would have been now because the kick from Cloak went out of bounds on the full, but Coleman taking the free kick from the back pocket position. He's had a lot of possession today, but wasted quite a few with rather ungainly disposal. Shaw tried to take the big mark. Dennis Banks picks up. He's going to drive it long, but it's slightly off target. It may get through for a score. No, it's still out of bounds. Osborne caught a bit high. Shrubs the tackle off. Goes toward Parrish. Parrish is not tall enough for Banks. In comes Roos. There goes Abernethy. Another charge. Tackle a bit high against Barwick. He got the ball moving down to Wilson. Wilson could see Grant Laurie leading out. A well-placed kick. Laurie turned his back on it though and just got round in time to take the mark.
Yeah, well done, Grant Laurie. It was a nice mark. Beautiful pass. And Wilson's made the loose man. Laurie's playing on. He's gone the short one to Brimley. Up he goes. He's marked it. Oh, boy. Umpire hasn't played it. Grabbed by Harris. Snaps at the goals. Which way will it bounce? Wrong way. Oh, boy, would you have paid the marks?
No, I wouldn't. I would not have paid it because he had plenty of time to take it cleanly. He didn't take it cleanly.
Well, I've seen some worse ones in that part played today, Jack, all the same. But still, that one was in front of goal.
Glenn James was right there, but no, that wouldn't have made any difference. So the ball out to the outer side now. Allen driving out to the half-back flank. Barham has the ball for Collingwood, telling his teammates he wants to kick long, but no one's up there to receive it. Now they're going back. He's going to kick long too, heading for Rains, opposed to Coleman. Coleman there, neither can get to it, and the umpire said Rains was shepherding Coleman out.
Yes, Coleman's battled tremendously hard today. Over to Parrish, he's had a million kicks, but they fall down up forward. There's the kick. Up to Barwick. Is that a mark? No, said the umpire. Here's a chance for the Roys again. It's grabbed by Grant Laurie. On the left foot, out wide. McCormack and Quinlan, that's a mark. That's a good mark. Too strong, Quinlan. Now, this will be interesting, Jack. The distance, he's already kicked free. He's a magnificent kick, but he is a bit sore in the knee today, Bernie Quinlan. Let's see what he can do with this kick.
He'll take a great kick.
The drop punt, it's a low skimmer. No goal, because it didn't quite make the distance. Derek Shaw got back and forced it through for a behind. Fitzroy playing a little bit better than Collingwood at the moment, but they can't get up there. 10-12 Fitzroy, Collingwood 12-18.
18 points between the teams as Carlton goes. Great mark to Barham. Barham in the half-back flank position, looking in toward the centre. Finds a teammate too. Rains could have let a hand pass go back to Neville Shaw. He's going back to take the kick. He wants to get the ball moving long. He normally does kick it that way. He kicks it up fairly long. It could have been a free kick Fitzroy's way to Osborne. The umpire said no. Thornton tackle. There's a charge for Gary Shaw. Couldn't pick it up. It comes out to Neville Shaw. He got the fumbles. Eventually he picks up. Hand passes to Morwood. Morwood hand pass into the square. And it's been kicked on an occasion by Scott Knight. So Collingwood grab this game at the 15.5-minute mark of the final term. Collingwood moved their score to 13 goals, 8 in, 96 points. Fitzroy 10-12, 72.
Yes, a good goal to the Magpies, and once again, Jack, caused by the fumbling of the Fitzroy players. They just cannot grab that ball with sure hands at the moment. They're having a real run of outs, and the Magpies swooped on that mistake. They're playing good, strong team play, Collingwood, this year. They back each other up, they run in 3s and 4s, and they're quick to capitalise on mistakes. And although I don't think their forward line's functioning all that well, I think the ball is pumped down there often enough for them to put pressure on the opposing defence. The Fitzroy forward line, to be quite honest, has been a real shambles.
Collingwood have had 31 shots for goal as against 22 for Fitzroy. Collingwood in control now, getting into late into the final term. Rain's got himself into trouble. The ball won't come out of that pack, and umpire Ian Clayton said a bounce will take place still in the centre of the ground. We've been playing nearly 17 minutes now in the final term here at Victoria Park on Sevens Big League, and there's a very big pack around that ball which is about to be bounced.
Derek Shaw. A hurry kick from that looked like Loken getting it down towards the forward line. No free kick to Fitzroy. The mark taken by Tony Shaw. Out to Murray Brown. He ducks back. He's played well today, Murray Brown. He runs to centre half back, and he kicks it towards the half forward line. Up they go. No mark. Oh, that's holding the man. It must be played to Fitzroy. And it looked like Gary Pert coming through the pack, and he'll get 15 metres as well.
Yes, the Collingwood players kick the ball further afield, so Pert picking up 15 metres. He should go straight down the ground. The only way to travel now in this game with a long kick and hope. But he's gone short towards Harris. Harris took a good mark. He's run into trouble. Got it out toward Roos. Roos is getting around the opposition. Abernethy gets it back to Harris. Harris has a chance to score. He waits a little bit too long before he shoots. He kicks the ball very high, and it can't be marked. I think it's out of bounds. No, not on the full. It must have bounced out.
Well, disgraceful forward play by Fitzroy. Harris had an open goal. He kicked it across the face of goal. It was a very poor kick. We see Quinlan doing battle this time. He gets it out wide. Here's a hurried snap at the goals by Hinchin. It comes back and through for one behind only. In fact, it might have been Loken that kicked that one. Number 15 and 16 respectively. It was Loken who kicked that shot. Tony Shaw receives the kick from McCormack. No one guarding him for 50 metres. He kicks short to Rains, and a beautiful mark by Jeffrey Rains, diving in front of Peakin onto the left foot. He's got a loose man. Murray Brown and run up into the centre wing. He ducks back and he hooks it up towards full forward. Woodall flies. No mark. He's got it now though. Hand pass over the top. Abernathy stabs at the ball. It's a goal. A beautiful goal. Kick by Abernathy for his first, and Collingwood moved further in front. They've moved on to 14 goals, 18, 102 to Fitzroy, 10-13, 73.
And Collingwood coming away with the 4 points. They led by 15 points at half-time and ran out winners by 27. The major goal kickers for the Woods this afternoon, 3 each to Woodall and Neville Shaw. And for Fitzroy, Bernie Quinlan finished up with 4 goals. In the stats department, Collingwood 15 more kicks, 8 more marks and 10 more handballs. The other games played this afternoon. Let's take a look at the final scores now from, first of all, Melbourne and Footscray. And it was Melbourne 23-21, defeating Footscray 11-15. The Demons by 77 points. Templeton got 8 goals for Melbourne and Thorne 7. And for Footscray, Kennedy finished up with 5 goals. Hawthorn and North Melbourne at Princes Park. Hawthorn coming right away in the final term to win by 57 points. Kennedy got 7 goals for Hawthorn and Matthews 4. And for North Melbourne, Glendinning finished up with 6 goals. He played a great game at full forward. We now have a second winner in our TAB phone account competition, and his name, the both of them, let's give them to you, Mr. S. Lombardo of Narrawarra North and Mr. W. Bradshaw of Wheelers Hill, also richer by $250 with the compliments of NEC. Footy bet dividends today in round 9 came out like this. Melbourne, selection 23, $12.95. Collingwood, selection 5, $6.05. Essendon, selection 8, $9.15. Hawthorn, selection 9, $3.80. And Richmond, selection 10, paid $4.55. The footy quad dividend, you required 9, 2, 3 and 4, and it paid a dividend of $473.70 for Melbourne, Collingwood, Essendon and Richmond. You're watching Sevens Big League. We'll take a break. Back with more in just a moment. We check the league ladder now, which is brought to you with the compliments of Arnott's, who award $5,000 at the end of the home and away round to the team that tops the list at that stage of the season, plus the Arnott's Golden Football Trophy. Hawthorn leading at the moment with 32 points, followed by Essendon 28, They're 4 points clear of the next two sides, Collingwood and Richmond, and also the top two sides have a very healthy advantage also in percentage. Making up the 5, Richmond and Carlton, and then the Sydney Swans and Geelong, who of course play tomorrow. Looking at that ladder, depending on the result of that game, Carlton could find themselves out of the 5. Then comes Fitzroy, Melbourne, St Kilda, North Melbourne and Fitzroy. Of course, the Sydney Swans play Geelong at the SCG tomorrow, and you'll see that game straight after World of Sport at 2:05. Football during the week on Channel 7 from Football Park Adelaide at 8:30 on Tuesday night. We have the final opening round match in the Sterling Cup. That's Sturt versus Melbourne at 8:30 Eastern Time. Sturt playing the Demons, who of course have won their last 3 games. They're in great form. Next week, round 10. And some interesting matches set down for decision here. St Kilda and Fitzroy at VFL Park, Fitzroy and Collingwood, Geelong at Hawthorn, Melbourne and Richmond at the MCG, and that looks like being the match of the day. And North Melbourne play Essendon, and on Sunday week, 2 matches in a row in Sydney. Sydney Swans play Carlton. That match, of course, at vital importance at this stage of the season. And that just about takes us out from Sevens Big League today. Hope your team won today, and hope you can join us next Saturday night at 6:30 for more action in Sevens Big League. But don't forget World of Sport tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and then more football action from the Sydney Cricket Ground with Lou Richards, Bob Skilton and George Curley.
At Windy Hill yesterday, where the Madden brothers were in the action, and Justin steps in with this one from Duckworth, a mistake, and he snaps truly.
Off the goal by Madden, and he's put it through, I think. Wait for the field umpire. Yes, a goal.
The Blues look the dominators early. Here's Wayne Johnston.
Dropped it. Snaps up with the left foot by the dominator. Looks good.
Second term, curtains for Ashman as Danaher goes over the top.
Not too good at the moment.
Despite the fact that
He spent the night in hospital,
Giving a hand pass out to
but it was no place for the faint-hearted. Down, in fact, goes Danaher.
Got one right at the chin that time. Combination, but that's a
The bumps were hard. Here's another one from McClure on Vanderhaar.
Well, there's not much that McClure could have done there, just the same.
Oh, I don't know. The two men.
Brothers against each other.
It's only brotherly love. He's going to give the free kick to Simon. It just goes to show the older brother got the benefit.
But then the bomber blitz began. Madden, Watson and Elshaw combined.
Number 19, can he go with it? A long shot by the former Demon is through for 4 points.
Mark Eustace shows his skills.
As the ball finally comes back there to Eustace, trying to do a bit of fancy stuff. He's pretty successful at it. A long shot for Gal. How about that? Oh, what a goal! Goal number 1 goes back into play.
Timmy Watson drives another nail in the Carlton coffin. And watch out for the look of Val Perovic. It really does tell the story for Carlton.
Watson's first goal.
There's Val.
Right in the coffin.
Kilda through Meehan. St Kilda and Richmond, a sad start for the Saints. Crow. No goal. Was it touched? We'll leave that one up to you.
Not happy at all for St Kilda is Max Crow.
For the end of the first term.
Richmond
and things even then were starting to simmer. Of course, they boiled a little bit later on.
Big lead.
Now, back to the action. Second term, the Tigers start to purr. Jess, a beautiful pass to Taylor.
Good football, Jess and Taylor. Outer side. He's looking for side bottom.
Jess this time combines with Rawlings and Taylor.
Plays on to his skipper in Barry Rawlings, who'll swing onto the left foot. The pass is a beauty to Taylor. He tried to use the body. Howard
Taylor.
to recover. He shoots.
Touched on the line, was it?
Put his boot in there and BT settled down.
Rogers says yes.
He refuses to.
BT appears to disagree.
So they all have a little bit of an introduction.
Into the third quarter. Cunningham, a great snap. In fact, the Saints' first goal since quarter time.
And that's what St Kilda needed, Taylor.
If that was good play, this wasn't so good.
Swooping on the ball is Matthew
Palm swooping through. Jess does the shepherding work. And Palm goals.
The interchange player, David Palm. Bad luck for a near.
Elphinstone into the fence, courtesy of Philip Walsh, but no real harm done there.
Robbie Elphinstone. The Richmond player has gone.
But things did liven up at the other end of the ground. Now, bear in mind, this was 20 metres in front of goal. All umpires could see it. No Richmond players reported.
It's an all-in.
But I think you'll agree the picture told the story. The Tigers too big and too strong, however. Lee gives it to Jess.
Jess puts a long goal in. It's football. A lovely goal, Jimmy Jess.
And magic told the story of the day for the Tigers. Now to the Melbourne Footscray clash. And the Demons triumphant up forward with Thorne and Templeton combining. Bad play here. Healy's handball goes astray and Beasley takes advantage of it. Fidge has a shot for goal here. This is John Fidge. Gets a shocking bounce, but Thorne is able to goal. Back it comes. And Melbourne showing far more of the determination there. The Demons leading the Dogs a merry chase. Ick onto Zantuck, who has a long run around the edge of the square and then finds Kelvin Templeton up forward. The clash between Hawthorn and North Melbourne. Well, John Kennedy had a purple patch last week, 5 goals in a quarter. Finished the day yesterday with 7, and here's one of those goals. And yet another, this time off the pack, over the shoulder he shoots. And here's something you don't see very often at all. Kelvin Moore up forward, 20 metres out, directly in front. And even the Hawthorn players found it quite incredulous. Now down to Collingwood, and the Woods got a good start. Dale Woodhall getting the favourable bounce behind the pack. The Lions came back there in the first term. Here's some great play by little Leon Harris. Soccers it on to Quinlan and follows play up.
Harris goes into the open goal. He can run right in. He goes in within 5 metres and drives towards goal. Magnificent goal kicked by Harris.
But in the end, there were just too many Shaws. Derek Shaw, Gary Shaw, Neville Shaw, goal.
Over to Gary Shaw, over to Neville Shaw, into the open goal goes
Some great highlights from yesterday's round, and a Mazda Football Highlights Award this week goes to Richmond half forward, having an extraordinary season. He wears the number 20 Guernsey, Jim Jess. Essendon.
Oh, there's Salmon marked it. How about that for a mark? A long one down
Warren
there.
Ralph of Carlton.
Ralph at the back. Oh, that's a great mark to Ralph.
Attempted smothered by Merritt, not
Now
there.
Shane
Great
Robertson.
mark, Robertson.
There's not much purpose
Ken
about
Hunter.
their play at the moment. Oh, there's a great mark to Hunter.
He goes.
Richmond's Brian Taylor from behind.
To Morwood.
St Kilda's Jeff Moore now takes a good mark.
Taken there by Jeff Moore.
Set up
Fitzroy's Gary Wilson.
Fitzroy, Quinlan, Wilson, I should say. That is a very good mark by Wilson.
His teammate Gary Pert.
This could be through. Oh, a beautiful mark.
Going now with a good
Collingwood's Derek Shaw.
Derek Shaw. Magnificent mark by Derek Shaw over the top. A great
His
burst
skipper
mark
Mark Williams.
towards the half corner. Terrific mark taken there by Mark Williams.
Collingwood wingman Ricky Barham. The Footscray clash now. Yesterday with the Demons, Steve Wallace. Now John Fidge, number 44. His teammate Michael O'Sullivan. The Demons skipper Robbie Flower. And their star forward Kelvin Templeton pulls in a one-hander. Now David Cordner. To Hawthorn, Peter Curran. One of the great high flyers of the game has been Peter Knights over the years. North Melbourne champion Keith Gregg. And Hawthorn's Peter Curran once again. Bob Davis, your thoughts?
Well, first of all, Jack, it was true that you went up so high just before three-quarter time that the fellow threw the oranges up to you before you come down, didn't he?
Sent them up to me, yes.
Sent them up, did you? Well, there's some high flyers there, weren't there?
Some really good seizures there, as a matter of fact.
Oh, seizures?
Yeah, a real good seizure. Was only one in the pack, so very good seizure there, because you got players all around him, and he judged that nicely indeed. I like that one very much. Hunter, of course, one of his dashing ones across the pack, which are very, very dangerous, and he's paying the penalty a little bit for them. And Pert was the best seizure of the lot of us.
You like Pert. All right. What about you, Kevin?
Well, Bob, I thought that Hunter's mark. I thought Hunter's was the best mark. I liked the way he came across in front of the pack. He takes so many strong marks. I thought Salmon's was pretty good with the one-hander. I saw him take one like that a couple of weeks ago. And also Fidge, young John Fidge of Melbourne. That was a fantastic mark, strong mark by him, but I like Ken Hunter.
Well, I did like all of those that you've spoken of, but I thought that the one that Derek Shaw took actually in the game against Fitzroy yesterday was an excellent mark, and I think that we'll see Derek Shaw because he actually won the mark of the day. And now we see Shaw, look, riding right up, fingers outstretched, Jack, taking complete control of the ball, taking it right to the ground. Derek Shaw wins the mark of the day.
It regains possession.
Dropped it, snaps up with the left foot by the Dominator, looks good. Goal! Half forward again.
Now his teammate Shane Robertson receiving the handball.
The half forward. A long shot by the interchange player, and that's a goal. Team train.
For Essendon, Tony Elshaw.
Watson to Elshaw. Kick number 19. Can he goal with it? A long shot by the former Demon who's through for 4 points.
His teammate Mark Eustace.
As the ball finally comes back there to Eustace, trying to do a bit of fancy stuff, and he's pretty successful at it. A long shot for goal. How about that? Oh, what a goal!
And now Timmy Watson.
Towards Watson, and Austin Watson knocks it down, picks it up again. A snap at goal. Oh, it might be a goal. It is a goal.
Out towards
Peter Bradbury this time.
Walker to Bradbury at half forward. Bradbury streaming downfield with a long shot. Close. A goal, I think.
St Kilda's Max Crow, a set shot and a very long kick indeed.
Lovely kick from Crow. Is it on line? It's a beautiful kick. Max Crow. Fabia.
Jeffrey Cunningham kicked this much-needed goal for the Saints in the third term.
Towards goal. It's a lovely looking kick. Great goal to Jeff Cunningham. He wins the fight.
Jim Jess was one man who was very hard to stop yesterday.
Completely lost it. Picked up by Jess. Jess puts a long goal in. It's football. It's a lovely goal, Jimmy Jess.
Trevor Barker kicked 3 goals. Here is one of those goals now. The first occasion does so now. He's on the wrong foot as he snaps over his shoulder and goes right across the face of goal. He's goal! Confused us all. Is Richmond's Wally Lovett.
Lovett tackle, breaks that one, straightens up from half forward, floats the kick towards goal, just through forward. One goal disposal once again.
Now Fitzroy's Leon Harris.
That's a charge for Rains and Harris. Harris gets it to Quinlan. Quinlan will give it back to Harris. Harris goes into the open goal. He can run right in. He goes in within 5 metres and drives towards goal. Magnificent goal kicked by Harris. And the crowd.
To Melbourne now. Here's Kelvin Templeton, one of his 7. Now Ian Rickman, Footscray. He finished the day pretty well. Melbourne's Peter Thorne was also amongst the goals. Although it eluded the Footscray players, it did not elude Peter Thorne. Now Lee Matthews, always dangerous in front of goal. John Kennedy had another field day yesterday. 12 goals in 2 matches. Here's Dermot Brereton of Hawthorn now. Ross Glendinning of North Melbourne amongst the goals yesterday. And completing our goals of the day, John Kennedy of Hawthorn, another one over the shoulder. For the chairman, Peter McKenna. Pete?
Well, Sandy, 2 champion Tiger goal kickers with me today to judge this. What do you think, Jeb?
Well, I like Max Crow's goal there, Peter, because I was at the MCG and that was a magnificent kick by Max Crow. Also thought Trevor Barker's that great snap from the boundary line, the way he just angled the ball, and that was an excellent shot. But I like Leon Harris. Kicked the ball off the ground, followed up, took the hand pass again, ran in, and I thought his goal was probably the best.
Well, I was at that game. It was a tremendous goal, Kev. What about you, Jack?
No, I like the down-to-earth goals, and Robertson was a beautiful one for Carlton. Elshaw was a magnificent goal, that one of Elshaw's. It really gave the crowd a sparkle. He did everything correct and neat and tidy and beautiful right through the centre. And Bradbury had a little bit of luck, but it was a beautiful kick with his goal, and I thought Jess's was a good one. And Thorne was the best snapper of the lot of them, but I went for Elshaw because he did give the crowd a lift with it. It was such a perfect goal when he ran away.
Well, Jack, you'll be pleased to know you're wrong. Kevin Bartlett is right, because Leon Harris wins the goal of the day, and we'll have a look at it on replay. And he goes into the final group for the Midas Muffler $5,000 award for the year, Leon Harris. Now, have a look at this play as he knocks the ball on, follows up under a bit of pressure, kicks it off the ground, down towards full forward. Out comes big Bernie Quinlan. He runs on Leon Harris to accept the hand pass. Has a quick look. You see some great shepherding by Grimley here behind the play. And in goes Leon Harris into the open goal to win the Midas goal of the day.
It's the first quarter from the Sydney Cricket Ground, Sevens Big League between the Sydney Swans and Geelong. A pretty good crowd in attendance, ideal conditions for sport this afternoon in the Harbour City. Picked up by Hawke. He was best man on the ground in their effort on Tuesday night. Byrne takes it from the top of the pack out towards centre wing. Almost a mark to Adlet. In fact, the umpire has found a free kick. It's going to Smith, or is it going against him? No, it's going to Geelong. Picked up now by Turn at right centre wing. Short passes a gem right down the throat of Brian Peake. Peake from right half forward flank. In towards the 10-metre square, looking for Mossop. He almost dragged it into Browning. Just about threw that one out into the open spaces. Getting dragged down there was Chilcott. Picked up by Burke. Not Burke, Morgan, his first kick in senior football, in towards the full forward position. Chance for Bright, 10 metres out, should go, and has. No, he's missed it.